So as part of our ongoing effort to answer a lot of questions on the community post, here are 7 questions on CMA US asked by you guys, answered by us. So if you find any value in this video, then please give us a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do. And we've created multiple videos like this, questions asked by you guys on other courses like ACCA, like CFA, and for future. Please feel free, ask as many questions as you want. We'll create videos only for you guys. Alright, question number 1. Simply put, as long as you have given grade 12, you've passed grade 12 in India, you will be eligible for CMA. When you enroll for CMA, there is something called you enroll as a student or a professional. It simply means that if you are doing any full-time education, which is your undergrad or postgrad, you will be a student, otherwise you will be marked as a professional. The only difference is a slight difference in the body fees that you pay, wherein students get a slight concession more. Question 2. What's the scope of CMA US in India? Well, in the last 4 years, we've seen an explosion of interest in companies for US CMA candidates. These are mainly multinational companies like the Big Four, KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, EY, Grant Thornton, BDO, companies which are US based a lot of times, Amazon, Apple, Capgemini. We know people who have worked in the, and by the way, this is just consulting companies. There are also industry companies, companies in the logistics field, in the manufacturing field, in this medical services field. We've seen people becoming CFOs in certain companies who are CMA US candidates. So the scope is high, and the salary package for a fresher can range anywhere from 4 to 7 lakhs if you completed US CMA. We actually have profiles of students who have achieved this with only CMA US on their CV. Next, what's the fee structure for US CMA? Once again, if I put it simply, it ranges between 1.5 to 2 lakhs, and this includes everything. It includes your exam fees, your training fees, your study material, your registration fees, everything that you require to become a CMA US license member. It will come between 1.5 to 2 lakhs. That also, it will be spread across the entirety of your course, so you don't have to pay it all upfront. In fact, it's one of the highest ROI generating programs that I have seen. Those which require a limited investment in earning that qualification, but then the potential to have an entire career based on it. I think CMA US is one of the top candidates for that. Next, will CMA US be in demand in the future? So I think the answer is just simply yes, and the reason is because as the world in India of the world of finance and accounts in India is growing, more companies are starting, more hiring is happening, bigger banks from around the world are coming to India, Indian banks are expanding, Indian companies are expanding, a lot of multinationals are coming to India. We've seen that along with Indian CA, all these qualifications, CMA, CPA, CFA, ACCA, FRM, all of these kind of qualifications are growing more and more in demand, and we seen a trend going up. And even beyond CMA, if I look at other qualifications besides CA, since over a decade the trend is going up, it's going to keep going up. We are in touch with a lot of partners from the top companies who are open to hiring CMA candidates, other kind of qualified candidates in their companies. So yes, we think the future looks bright. Is CMA a good alternative to MBA? Is CMA a good alternative to MBA? Well, yeah. First of all, it depends on what, right? If you're looking at an MBA in finance, then yes. MBA in finance, if you go from a really good institute, the fees will be above 20 lakhs plus. You will be in that institute for over a year, 1 or 2 years on average. 2 years is what is more common in India. And then the salary packages you get from those kind of companies is again limited between 5-10 lakhs depending on which institute you go to. In the same breath, CMA, you get to the same kind of understanding. You can earn as you learn. You can finish it way earlier than you can even start your MBA. The cost, the investment in CMA is lesser, and the return is equivalent to that of an MBA. What is CMA salary potential? Well, as I mentioned earlier, as a fresher, you can get anywhere between 4 to 7 lakhs depending on where you are, what company, what profile. And as you progress, like I said, we've got CFOs. We know that the ability to earn in crores over a lifetime is very high because the CMA qualification, what it gives you is not only a degree on your CV, it also gives you the ability to learn how to adapt to the growing market, how to adapt to different situations, and in turn help any company grow itself. So if you can help a company advance, right, you will be able to ensure that you are valuable to the company and your salary potential keeps on growing. I give this example of Google. That let's say your favorite company in the world is Google. You want to work in Google, you want to become a CFO, but you start at the ground level. How can CMA help you? Because at the ground level, when you enter, Google has Google Search, it has YouTube, it has Google Drive, Gmail, Maps, so on and so forth. So as a CMA, I'll collect the right information, right data, put it together, and show it to, present it to my senior and try to show him how, either because of my understanding of the data, how to increase the respective prices and maybe in certain geographies, or how do I use the data that we have or from YouTube onto Google Drive. I will find ways to add value, give it to my senior, and help Google either earn more revenue or reduce some of their costs. And if I'm successful, I get promoted because I've added value to Google. And that's how CMA can help you grow in any field, in any company, and in turn keep on increasing your salary potential. What's the career growth after doing CMA? Again, just like I explained, after CMA, you can do a ton of things. If I start simply, you want to work in the field of finance or accounts, you can work as anything. You can work in a controller position. You can work as a manager. You can work as an analyst. You can get into any field that requires you to have knowledge of finance, accounts, and business, because that's what CMA teaches. You can get into consulting. Basically, that's number one. Second, you can get into becoming a founder. We have people who start their own companies after they are CMAs. Next, we have people who get into academics because you have massive potential to teach and earn a lot of money if you're a CMA US candidate and you have a passion for teaching. Lastly, you can always go to a CXO role, whether it's a CFO, COO, or a CEO. All of them have potential because that's the beauty of CMA. It teaches you finance and accounts as a base, but it teaches you how to look at the world of business through that lens. And that's where the real value is, because today we don't want people who can just help with basics. You want people who are specialized in some field like finance or accounts, but then help the value of the entire organization grow. And so decision making, data analysis, all of this is what CMA US teaches you. And that's why the career growth after you're done with learning CMA is once again unlimited.